Oh, let's go.
So, like I said, once again, how are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, yesterday I was a little bummed out, but you gotta take everything in stride, of course, and just know that Ryan didn't do this purposely. It was a contamination of the supplements, and for that reason, Ryan's attorney is going after that company because they're the ones that made this happen, caused this drama. It wasn't Ryan. Ryan did his part by beating his ass, but the supplement is what should be taken care of next time on their label, that it's carrying some type of ostarine or whatever, but it's got to show. Since it doesn't show, they're liable for a lawsuit,
Mm.
and that's where we're at right now. So they can do this to Ryan, but we're gonna go after the company now because for that reason. So, and we're going to say, okay, for that reason, they suspended us for 10 months. The reason why I say 10 months, because they suspended Ryan for 1 year, but they count on the day of the fight, from the day of the fight. So
Oh,
it's technically 10 months now.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so it is what it is.
What do you feel about the $1 million fine?
The $1 million fine,
Yeah, the fine that they want Ryan to pay.
I thought it was less. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm not. Again, I don't follow that part. Um, I thought it was $10,000.
You thought it was 10? Is it 10?
I thought so. Again, I could be wrong. If I am, I apologize, but I'm not sure. But for a year. But hey, it is what it is. It's rare that people call me, but I apologize. But go ahead.
No, no problem. So you
Mm.
said, I asked you, what do you think about the remarks of him wanting to take legal action? You said, like you should have been like Kodo. What do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
what I mean is that when Cotto got robbed by Margarito because of his raps and all that, or when some other fighters have gotten robbed because of this or that, they re-challenge their fighter. They say, okay, you know what? Let's have a rematch. Devin should have done that, but instead he became a crybaby. He became and being a crybaby, no adult is gonna want you anymore because you're a crybaby. Of
Hmm.
course, your stock is down. And on top of that, you got an ass kicking. And who's gonna want to see you now, bro? You ruined your whole. He's ruined his whole career. No, he's their team never gonna fight somebody who has power anymore. And all the promoters and all the people out there know that Ryan laid out the blueprint on how to beat Devin. And they also found out that this guy comes in over 15% of his rehydration costs. So they also know that. So we're on. A lot of people are onto Devin Haney's tactics. So his whole stock went down. He ruined himself. Instead of being a man, he became a little kid. Him and his father. His father speaks for him. And when you hear Devin comments, if you notice, he'll never speak out. He'll have comments because he's got to have people write this shit for him because he doesn't know how to speak out. You see what I'm saying? So that's a little kid for you. Of course, his stock's gonna go down. You know what I mean? Lomachenko beat him too, but he cried about that. You know what I mean? You're a crybaby, bro. You're not a boxer. He's a crybaby, and you can put that on the caption.
Mm.
You're not a boxer. You're a crybaby.
Mm.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. I mean, it's. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. We saw, you guys saw what Ryan did, and I know for a fact that fight he was well over the 50% rehydration clause, well
Mm.
over that. And why did they allow it? You see what I'm saying? It's like double standard, bro. You're wrong in trying to say, well, Ryan was 3 pounds over, but yet you accepted the money and you still wanted to fight. But yet you went above the 15% rehydration clause, and nobody's talking about that. And he did it to Progress as well. So when he finally met his match, he got his ass kicked. So of course his stock's going to go down because everybody thought that Devin Haney was a dream Haney or whatever they'd call him. His promoter is probably embarrassed. Eddie Hearn, his promoter's embarrassed because he knows for a fact that his whole shit went down, his whole stock, and that's what he gets. Sorry.
What do you think, like, as far as the biggest embarrassment part for Eddie Hearn, like, as a promoter, knowing that he was representing him, but like, you're a coach, school the fans what you mean by that. Like, why would Eddie feel like embarrassed exactly? For what?
Why that way?
Yeah, like, as a promoter, like, why you think he's, because obviously he didn't want to invest into his next fight. So you saying that it seems like it's a similar type
Well,
of thing. So that's why I want you to
I mean,
elaborate.
look it's very simple. Promoters want to make money. That's their business. That's their job. They've got a good catch. They're gonna reel them in and they're gonna ride with it. But when that wire fishing rod and that line snaps, what happens? It's gone. And you can't really get it back anymore. And that's what I'm seeing with Eddie Hearn. He saw the truth. He had Devin Haney on a pedestal. You heard him in the press conference. He goes, I think this is one of the best fighters in the world. But when he saw the ass kicking, he went like this. He'll never say it out loud, but it's all up here, brother. Just like everybody knows deep in their heart. I mean, look at all the comments that they talk about Devin. It's sad, bro. You're a crybaby. You're a bitch. You're this and that. It's like you still got whipped. We still seen it on TV. He might have got suspended, but it's on YouTube. I mean, that's real, bro. How? Why do you think a promoter is gonna want to fight shit like that? They can't. Remember, I said a long time ago that you could fight one person, but you can't fight an army.
Yeah, yeah.
you know. So, hey, bro, it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you straight out. I love my son. I love both of them that are fighting. Ryan's a bad dude, man. You can't easily beat him. It's hard to beat him. So for those people that say, "Oh, he did that," fuck you. He didn't do that. It was a contamination. So for that reason, we're going after that company. And when we get that done, we might go back to the New York State Commission and sue them.
Mm.
This shit ain't over, bro. We're gonna snap back.
This
Oh
is
yeah,
this,
we're gonna snap back, brother.
so this saga you believe has basically just really just got started.
Just got started, brother, because they know for a fact Ryan didn't do it on purpose. But again, I heard from the grapevine that because of Ryan's antics and Ryan's, coming in 3 pounds heavier, they didn't like that shit. So they want to set a little example, but they took it too personal. There's other fighters out there had the same shit happen, and yeah, they got maybe fined, maybe suspended, not too much, but there's no way they would have gotten a no contest. They kept their win, and that's what hurt me. Like, okay, if you want to say that it was Ostarine, okay, we'll accept that, but it was a contamination. But we still kicked his ass. And what about the over the 15% rehydration clause? I mean, it's like, oh, what are you doing? So are you protecting Devin, and why? So of course his fucking stock's gonna go down. He's a fraud, bro. The bottom line, he's a fraud. His dad knows it now. Everybody fucking knows it. You think a promoter that really believes in Devin Haney, you think they would step forward and say, "Hey, I wanna promote you now, or I wanna take care of you"? Fuck no. Everybody's like, "Fuck this shit." He's not who people thought he was. So my son did the right thing. He showed the world. He shocked the world.
When it comes to
So
exposure, obviously, like yesterday was supposed to be the big exposure piece of things. There was an interview with him and Dan Raphael that came out. I don't know, I believe it's today. Um, do you feel like, in this behalf of your son getting caught with Austrian in his system versus the actual display in the fight? Who do you believe has gotten really more exposed? Ryan, Devin, or both?
all I'm saying is this, okay? To me, even if I said something to defend my boy when it comes to Austrian, I can't win. We can't win, bro, because the New York State Commission already made their decision. My my vision right now, my purpose right now is to have Sean go out there and do the same result what Ryan did to Devin. That's my purpose right now. I leave everything up to the lawyers. I know what they're gonna do, and I know who they're gonna go after because, hey, bro, you always have to have two sides here, And as far as you mentioning Dan Raphael, him and Victor Conte, they're fucking snakes, bro. They're buddies. So if you don't mind, please don't mention that piece of shit to me
Yeah,
because they are, bro. They're snakes. See, when Ryan does something good, Dan Raphael won't post anything. He won't say shit. But the moment that Ryan does is anything negative, that son of a bitch will right away write something. That's a snake, bro. That's a snake. A fat one too.